Okay, so we are recording. As I'm going through this, if questions come up, please ask them, especially so that people who weren't able to make it live, they very well may have had the same question. So for those of you watching the recording, because both Jen and Paige know me, I'm Becky Boland. I am your coach. I am your certified 2B mindset mentor, and I'm very excited about this program in particular. It's really different than what you're probably used to in terms of meal plans or diets or anything like that. And that's because it's not a diet. This is meant to be a shift in your mindset so that you can carry these tools and what you learn and this kind of approach and relationship to food really forever. The whole point is finding what works for your own body. There are so many things out there that work for some people that don't work for others. Different foods affect different bodies differently. So this is about figuring out what's right for you rather than seeing somebody, this is huge on social media, seeing somebody who eats a certain way and maybe looks a certain way, and you just assume that that's what you need to do to achieve that as well. And that's just not how nutrition works. So first thing I want to do, we're going to set expectations for this group so that everyone kind of knows what to expect and what's coming over the next 6 weeks and then beyond. I'm going to just go through some of the stuff that comes in your kit for those of you who ordered the bundle. I'm going to go through the tracker quickly so that those of you who didn't order the bundle can create your own tracker, because this is going to be really, really key to your success with this program. And that's pretty much it. We'll open it up to Q&A at the end. It shouldn't take too long. We will be done by 8:30 p.m. So, all right, first things first, expectations. We are going to have 3 group calls, including this one. So we'll do another call halfway through just to kind of touch base, do another Q&A, and then based on the one-on-ones that I've had with you guys, I will be able to pick up kind of the patterns that people might be struggling with or questions, like really common questions and themes that come up so that we can kind of touch base as a group halfway through. And then at the end, we'll do a wrap-up call and kind of talking about what's next, whether you want to continue working one-on-one, if you need some more assistance, if you want to join a different kind of group, if you want to start to add fitness in, if you haven't started working out, if you need help, all of that stuff. So 3 group calls, all of them will include a Q&A, and all of them will use this platform, Zoom. If you are watching the recording, obviously you see that we hopped on, we have our cameras on. It's like a large FaceTime basically for a group. You can also dial in from your phone. So if you're driving or you're on a commute or something like that, you can still join live and just dial in from your phone. There will be no camera, no distractions, nothing like that, and you can just listen. But other than that, all the calls will be recorded and shared in our group, so there's never any pressure if you can't make it. No big deal. All right, let's do a quick unboxing. We just talked about this. This is a 30-ounce water bottle that came with your kit. Water is going to be priority number 1, honestly, with this new kind of mindset that you're going to be forming. So this water bottle is amazing. It's 30 ounces. If you haven't kind of looked into your packet or any of the videos yet, a general rule of thumb is that your water intake should be about half your body weight in ounces. So somebody who weighs 150 pounds should aim for 75 ounces of water minimum per day. If you're exercising or if it's super hot where you live or you just are a big sweater, I tend to be, you want to drink more. So that's kind of your minimum starting point. But with this program, you'll soon see that you'll likely be drinking more than that as you really get the swing of this. You're also going to get, this is one of my favorites, this little recipe guide. The food in here is amazing. I'll also be sharing tons of my own recipes with you as well. So most of you guys and I have connected through Instagram, but for those of you that connected with me in a different platform, my whole brand is Foodie Turned Fit. My dad is a chef and a baker. Food is my life. It's my social life. It's my passion. It's my favorite. It's a big reason why I got into coaching. I'm never going to sit here and tell you to eat bad, boring food. So if that's a concern, let it go. It's never going to happen. These recipes are amazing, and I will add tons more as we go along. In our one-on-one calls, we will talk specifically about the foods that you like. If you have any restrictions, if you have anything that you really love that you know is not serving your weight loss goal, if that's a goal of yours, or you're not feeling well, we're going to be able to hone in on why that's happening and make little tweaks so that you can still eat all of your favorite stuff. So the recipes is kind of just a nice little tool. And then with you have lifetime access to tobemindset.com. It's not a subscription. You paid for it. It's yours forever. And you'll get instant access to every single update that is put in there from now until forever. So new recipes are added all the time, which is really great as well. You have this go-to guide, which kind of just brings all of the main points of the program that you'll learn through the video series into one spot. So this is something that a lot of people like to keep in their purse or in their car. It kind of tells you some quick tips when you're at the grocery store. If you maybe don't have a full grocery list and you're just out running, the worst thing I ever do is go to the grocery store hungry. If you ever do that, make sure you have this on you. It will make a huge difference. It'll save you a ton of money. It'll save you time, and it'll make sure that you're buying things that are going to keep your kitchen stocked in a way that's going to serve you and feel good. There's also really quick tips in here on things to order if you're out to eat. So I told you food is super social for me. I love to go out to eat. I love to order a lot when I'm out to eat. This kind of gives you quick tips on things that you can order and little tweaks you can make when you're at different places. So you'll see like a deli, a cafe, a diner, Italian restaurant, Japanese restaurant, Chinese, Mexican, steakhouse, seafood, Indian, Thai, salad bars, like tons of options. It breaks it down. Same thing goes with takeout. If you like to order in, there are quick little go-to guides in here to help you make better decisions while still enjoying your favorite places. So this is really cool. Next, and this is probably what we'll spend the most time on, is your tracker. So for those of you that have it, if you're watching the recording or if you're here, Paige, look at a standard day. I don't care what page it is, like flip to whatever page is easier, just one of the main days. If you don't have a tracker, I want you to write down these things, because these are what you're going to want to keep track of in a notebook. So the date, your current weight, and we'll get into that in a second. If you had a weight loss day, so obviously on day one, you're not going to have a weight loss number, but you're going to be tracking this daily, and we'll talk about that. The hours of sleep that you got, your goal ounces of water, so that would be your weight divided by 2, and then the total number of actual ounces of water that you drank. Put in a spot to write your current mindset, whatever you're feeling that moment when you wake up. This is what you're going to fill out in the morning. And then breakfast with the mealtime, lunch with the mealtime, snack with the mealtime, dinner with the mealtime. This is going to be where you're writing what you're actually eating. And then this one gets everybody. It always makes them laugh. Put a check mark next to, did I poop today? Because your digestion is a major asset. It's a major factor of your gut health and of your nutrition. And we laugh about it when we talk about it, but everybody does it and everybody needs to do it. So if you're not, that's something that we need to address when we're talking. Write down what me time you took for yourself. So something that you just did to make yourself feel good. And then with this current mentorship, exercise is extra credit. So if you're in a fitness routine, amazing. You can stick with it. You don't need to make any tweaks to that. If you're not working out, also amazing. You're still going to see weight loss progress. You're still going to feel better. You're still going to see increases in energy. So write down whether or not you did exercise that day and what you did. And then just include a little section for why today was great. Because what a lot of people kind of miss is that our diet, our nutrition, and what we eat, and our mood and how we feel is really, really, really connected. But it's also important to make sure you control your mindset and you put yourself in a position where you're looking for something to be grateful for. That doesn't mean that you're a cheerleader saying that every moment of every day is fantastic, but it means that at the end of the day, you're sitting back and you're reflecting and looking for something positive so that you end your day on a positive note. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're going to be doing this every single day, at least for the 6 weeks that we are in this mentorship together. Obviously, it's up to you how committed you are to your tracker and how long you want to use it afterwards, but this is what's going to help you find those patterns to find the perfect nutrition path for yourself. And it's also going to help you if weight loss is your goal, and we'll get into that right now. If weight loss is your goal, it's going to show you how certain things might impact that journey. Because this group is mostly women, actually it's all women, I want to talk about the weight thing. So we are different than men. I think that's pretty obvious. So our weight fluctuates for a ton of different reasons, not related to our nutrition. So PMS, stress, sleep, again, that's really included in your tracker, but all of these things contribute to your weight. So the biggest thing we're going to focus on, especially on our one-on-ones, is making sure that nobody freaks out if the scale goes up, because it will. You might have 6 weight loss days in a row and then have a few weight gain days, but not have changed anything. And that's just your female body being as magical and amazing as it is to us. So we'll talk about that on our one-on-ones. The weight thing, and this gets into the 2 bunnies, and then I'm going to go into a couple more things and then we're going to be done. A lot of people, when I worked with them through this program, and I was one of them in the beginning, to be honest, didn't like the idea of weighing yourself every day, because we are told so often, yeah, I totally get it. We're told so often not to pay attention to the scale, and I still agree with that. So here's what I want to do to tweak this depending on your goals. And again, we will visit this on our one-on-ones. If you have a weight loss goal, the reason you're tracking your weight every day is to find patterns in your nutrition that might lead to weight gain. This is why you're going to track your digestion. This is why you're going to track your sleep, because we're going to be able to pinpoint, well, your nutrition actually looked pretty good. You had a weight loss day eating the same exact thing the day before, and now you had a weight gain day. What was different? Did you sleep enough? Are you stressed at work? Did something happen? Are you getting your period? Like, that's stuff we're going to talk about. If you aren't looking to lose weight and you're looking to maintain weight, or even gain, actually, if you're looking to gain weight, I do want you to still track your weight every day. But if you're looking to maintain weight and your fitness goal is not weight related, it's like toning up related, you don't need to weigh yourself every day. You can weigh yourself every week or so. It's going to be a little bit harder to track patterns that way, but if you know that it's going to trigger a negative mindset, we'll talk about that together and we'll come up with a different schedule. The point of this is to help you release that negative mindset around the number on the scale and use it strictly as a tool and as a resource to figure out what your body is saying to you, because that's really all it is your body speaking to you about what you're giving it. So my goal is to help you release the negative mindset that you have around the scale. Don't have an emotional attachment to it. Simply view it as a tool in your toolbox to help you reach your goals and feel your best. But I know that's something that we need to address, because it's like polar opposite of what we are told most of the time. And I get that. So we'll talk one-on-one about your specific relationship with the scale, how that's going to affect you, and we'll go from there. But in the beginning, I think it's going to be beneficial for you to at least track every other day. But if you're really looking to lose weight, tracking it every day is going to be really impactful. And honestly, like, noticing 0.2 of a pound go down too is exciting. If you have a weight loss goal, I'm going to keep saying that. When you wake up and you lost 0.2 pounds, like, no, it's not a 10-pound drop, but you know that what you did the day before was working for you. You know what I mean? So it's a tool, nothing else. The main point of this program, and you will see this right away when you start watching your videos if you haven't already, it's called the 2B mindset, because they're the 2 bunnies. It's kind of silly, but that's just what it is. You go like this, it's easy to remember. The 2 bunnies are water first, which means before you eat any meal, before you drink coffee, before you have a bite of your kid's snack, before you taste anything, you drink a glass of water. Water first before everything. So many people think that they're hungry when they're dehydrated. So this is going to help you realize, am I hungry or am I dehydrated? Because water is filling. You're obviously going to eat a lot, so it's not saying you're drinking water instead of food, but you're going to drink water first. Second is veggies most. It's pretty self-explanatory. Most of the food that you eat should be vegetables. There's a video in your guide in the 2B mindset that talks about what each plate should look like and kind of like proportions. This program isn't about serving sizes because it's about just balancing all of your meals and eating so that you're satisfied. When you're eating veggies first, they're really filling. They're full of fiber. They do have, some veggies have some carbohydrates. They have tons of vitamins and minerals. So you're filling up your stomach with the most nutrient-packed food that you can before you eat anything else. So veggies most. The second part of Two Bunnies is weighing yourself. So turning the scale into a tool rather than an enemy, and tracking. So those are the 4 key components of what we're going to do. The rest of it kind of just dives a little bit deeper and gets more specific into your kitchen and your actual plates and the food that you're consuming. So what I want you to do this week is make sure you watch as many of the videos as you can. I don't want you to rush through it, but they're really, really helpful, especially the food group videos. That's really, really eye-opening. I think you're going to learn a lot watching those. The Plate It videos, really kind of that whole first series, but Food Group and Plate It are the first 2 that I really want you to focus on. And then we will dive deeper into your questions when we have our one-on-one. So make sure as you're watching these videos that you write down any questions that you have so that we can go over them one-on-one, and then I'll go over any common themes live in the group or on our next group call and stuff like that. You, as a To Be Mindset purchaser, I don't know what else to call you guys. If you bought the kit, if you bought the bundle, you have access to a free app called the Nutrition Plus app. So I'm a pen and paper girl, so I love this tracker. But if you aren't, or if you don't want to carry it around, or you forget it, or something like that, there's this app, Nutrition Plus, that Beachbody created for the To Be Mindset, has all the To Be Mindset videos on it, has a ton of the recipes on it, and it has your tracker. So you can actually use your phone as a tracker if you don't want to carry this one around. So you have lifetime access to that as well. There's no cost. Really cool. Told you about the group calls, Q&As, awesome. That's all I have for this initial call. Kind of ran through it quickly, but just the basics. I wanted to give you guys a couple minutes to see if you have any questions that I can go over.
I don't think so. I think the program's laid out pretty simple, like easy to follow. And then I'll just look up the video so that we can discuss whenever we have a one-on-one. And I'll do that this week. And I think it sounds good. I think it sounds pretty easy. And the whole scale thing, I think, we can talk about that. But I understand it. I think it's a great tool. So that was my only question, but I'm glad you touched up on that too. And we can always talk about it more.
Good. Okay. Yeah. I was uncomfortable with the scale thing myself. So the first time I did this the first time I learned about this was about a year ago. And I ended up really loving it because I'm at this point now myself where I've been really focused on my nutrition and my fitness for 5 years. So it's like that fine tuning stage. So the scale was beneficial for me, even though I wasn't looking to lose a lot of weight. It was beneficial to see oh my gosh, I treated myself yesterday and I had, a slice of pizza or whatever, and the scale didn't go up. So it also helps us to not punish ourselves for these treats that we want. When you notice, look, it's not going to kill your progress to go out to happy hour with your girlfriend. It's not going to kill your progress to split dessert with your husband at dinner. These things that we tend to punish ourselves for don't impact us the way that we think they do. And it's because it's all mindset. But then on the other side of things, it's also helpful if I had a day where I thought I was on it with my nutrition, but I had weight gain. That's how I started to learn that my body doesn't actually respond well to grains. Maybe I should get my carbohydrates from different sources and treat grains more as a treat. So you learn things as you're fine tuning, and then when you're in that weight loss journey, when you have a lot of weight that you're trying to lose, it's really, really motivating to see that scale go down even tiny bits each day so that you can continue to make choices that are going to be good for your body. So it works really on both sides, but it does take making that mental shift to not allow it to be a negative thing.
Right. I'm so nervous about it.
Like if you look at my one from Shanti, it's the one section I don't fill out ever.
And that's right. And we can totally talk about that. You can ease into it. You can do it every other day. You can do it once a week. There are benefits to doing it, but if it's going to negatively impact your mindset, I don't want you to do it, especially right in the beginning. It's always something that you can add a little bit later. But like I said, this is going to be a really custom journey for each of you. So just because we have group calls and you're going to see people have different reactions and want to do different things, that's the point. The point is to teach people that like nutrition is not a cookie cutter thing that everybody can just see on Instagram and then do. That's a huge struggle that I see a lot as a coach anyway, with like certain fad diets that really are meant to be followed by people with very specific needs. Whereas you really, when you approach your nutrition, you want it to be something that is sustainable forever, because we've talked about this before. Like, you're not going into this as, this is a 6-week program, this is what I'm going to eat for 6 weeks, and then you go back to what? And then you lose whatever progress you got. And it's because you're not you specifically, I just mean people in general are following a diet rather than learning about nutrition. Does that make sense?
Right. Like make it a lifestyle that you can do forever.
Yeah. And like, be a human who enjoys what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. That's why I thought this was great. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super excited. Thank you guys for hopping on live.
Yes.
I have lots of fun stuff planned for the group this week. Tomorrow I will go ahead and post a calendar for everyone to schedule their first call. So the one-on-ones will be weekly. They're obviously optional. If you're busy, you can't make it, they will be set for weekdays, most likely evenings. I know that works best for most people. But if you don't see a time slot that works for you, I'm very excited to work with each of you. That's why I kept this group small. We'll find a time that works. So if you don't see something that works, don't hesitate to reach out. This is something I genuinely am excited to do. So we will make it work. It will happen. The group is small for a reason. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
Me too.
Awesome. All right, guys, cool. Well, I will see you in the group this week.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.